Released in June 2022, Jurassic World Dominion is set 4 years after the events depicted in Fallen Kingdom, depicting a world where dinosaurs coexist with humans. The storyline revolves around Owen Grady and Claire Dearing reprising their roles as they embark on a mission to rescue their kidnapped adopted daughter, Maisie Lockwood. Meanwhile, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and Sam Neill return to the franchise as Ellie Sattler, Ian Malcolm, and Alan Grant, respectively, investigating the origins of a genetically enhanced strain of locusts wreaking havoc on global crops, jeopardizing global food supply. With a runtime of 146 minutes, the film delves into whether our heroes from both the past and present can piece together the puzzle and follow the clues, ultimately leading them back to bios and genetics. But before we get into the review, if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Also, hitting the notification bell will alert you when we drop new content. Now, let's get critical. The film opens with a news segment recounting the aftermath of the Lockwood Estate incident and the volcanic eruption on Isla Nublar. Dinosaurs now freely roam the Earth, causing disruptions across various environments. Biosyn Genetics establishes a dinosaur preserve in Italy's Dolomites to contain the animals, conducting genomics research ostensibly for pharmaceutical purposes. Feeling remorseful for her involvement in the Fallen Kingdom events, Claire Dearing, portrayed by Bryce Dallas Howard, dedicates herself to investigating and rescuing illegally captured dinosaurs. Meanwhile, Owen Grady, played by Pratt, assists in relocating stray dinosaurs while living discreetly with Claire and 14-year-old Maisie Lockwood in a cabin in the Sierra Nevadas. They strive to keep Maisie hidden from groups seeking to exploit her and study her DNA, leading to tension as Maisie desires more freedom and Claire and Owen struggle to trust her. In proximity to Owen and Claire's cabin, Blue, the velociraptor raised by Owen, nurtures Beta, her asexually reproduced hatchling. When a hired poacher searching for Maisie and Beta discovers Maisie attempting to bond with Beta, both are captured and taken away. Meanwhile, Dr. Ellie Sattler investigates a swarm of giant locusts devastating U.S. crops, noticing that crops grown using biosyn seeds remain untouched, arousing suspicions of biosyn's involvement. Ellie brings a captured locust to her longtime friend and former colleague, paleontologist Alan Grant, where they determine the locust's genetic engineering involving Cretaceous period arthropod DNA and contemporary migratory locusts. The narrative returns to Owen and Claire's quest to find Maisie. They enlist the help of Franklin Webb, portrayed by Justice Smith, now working for the CIA, who suggests Maisie might be in Malta. Upon reaching Malta, Owen and Claire, aided by former Jurassic World colleague Barry, discover Maisie and Beta are being transported to Biosyn. A sympathetic cargo pilot agrees to fly them to Biosyn after witnessing Maisie being handed over to Biosyn operatives during a drop. At Biosyn, Dr. Ian Malcolm, now affiliated with the genetics company, learns from communication director Ramsey Cole, played by Mamadou Atehi, of CEO Dr. Lewis Dodgson's illicit activities involving genetic locusts to control the world's food supply. Despite objections from former engine geneticist Dr. Henry Wu, played by B.D. Wong, warning of ecological collapse as the locusts spread uncontrollably, Dodgson proceeds with the plan. Wu reveals to Maisie that her mother, Dr. Charlotte Lockwood, used her own DNA to create and birth the genetically identical Maisie, altering her DNA to prevent her from inheriting a fatal disease. Wu believes Maisie and Beta's asexual conception and DNA hold the key to developing a pathogen to halt the locust's outbreak. In Biosyn's airspace, Kayla's aircraft is attacked, leading to Owen and Kayla crash landing while Claire is ejected. Following encounters with a Theracenosaurus, Pyroraptor, and Dilophosaurus separately, the trio reunites. Inside Biosyn, Ian and Ramsey discreetly advise Ellie and Alan on securing a Lotus DNA sample. While searching for the lab, they stumble upon Maisie. Detecting a breach, Dodgson tries to incinerate the locust to eliminate evidence. However, some escape through an air vent, causing a wildfire in the preserve. Alan, Ellie, and Maisie narrowly escape the facility and later rendezvous with Ian. They encounter Owen, Claire, and Kayla, with Ramsey eventually joining them. Dodgson flees with dinosaur embryos via a hyperloop but gets trapped after Claire and Ellie reroute the power, leading to his demise by 3 Dilophosaurus. Working together, Owen, with assistance from Alan and Maisie, captures Beta. They, along with Wu, flee in a Biosyn helicopter during a clash between a Giganotosaurus and the park's veteran Tyrannosaurus, Rexy, aided by the Therizinosaurus. Ellie and Alan rekindle their romance before providing testimony along with Ian and Ramsey against Biosyn. Owen, Claire, and Maisie return home and reunite Beta and Blue, while Wu releases a host locust carrying the pathogen, gradually eradicating the swarms. Humans and dinosaurs adjust to a new coexistence, with the United Nations declaring Biosyn Valley an international dinosaur sanctuary. Financially speaking, Jurassic World Dominion proved to be a box office hit. With a budget of $380 million, the film amassed an impressive $1 billion worldwide as of the making of this video. However, despite being directed and co-written by Colin Trevorrow, the mastermind behind Jurassic World 2015, Jurassic World Dominion left me yearning for more from a narrative that brought back beloved characters like Ian, Alan, and Ellie. Nominated for a 2022 Razzie for Worst Screenplay, an accolade bestowed at the annual Golden Raspberry Awards for the Worst Film Screenplay, Dominion failed to inject any fresh energy into the franchise, a fact glaringly evident in its writing. While the return of the original cast lent a nostalgic charm to the film, the characters felt uninspired, lacking the depth and complexity one would hope for. The movie struggled to strike a balance between capturing the awe and majesty of John Williams' iconic score and the visceral terror of a dinosaur attack, which often felt hurried and lacking in tension. Unlike the 90s installments, where dinosaur behavior felt rooted in natural predatory instincts, in Dominion, many of the dinosaur encounters felt contrived, driven solely by the demands of the plot rather than organic storytelling. While I appreciate the thematic exploration of the consequences of tampering with dinosaur DNA and the broader narrative of humanity's responsibility to preserve life, I find it challenging to suspend disbelief regarding the survival of these creatures in a modern world. Introducing an entirely new ecosystem of predators and prey would undoubtedly have catastrophic consequences, which the film fails to address adequately. Ultimately, due to its underdeveloped writing and lack of narrative coherence, I can only award Jurassic World Dominion 2 out of 5 stars.